Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Red Valkyrie Presents. I'm, of course, Shae the Red, and I apologize for the pterodactyl that is going to continually scream in the background because my bird is pissed off today for some reason. Fantastic. And I am, of course, with my co-host Alex, aka CY.borg Valkyrie. How are you doing?
Awesome. How are you doing today?
Good. Why are you so far away from your mic?
I'm not.
Okay. And of course,
how's this?
That's way too
Whoa.
close. Deep throat it.
I was actually still 4 inches away. I just turned up the gain.
No, stop. Why do you do the things? Alrighty, we are here with a very good friend of our show that we are super excited for, Mr. Dave Brink. How are you today, sir?
Hi, I'm doing fine. Thank you for having me. And how are you guys?
Absolutely. I'm really excited. So, Perfect 10 issue 1 was just gorgeous and amazing. And so the fact that you have issue 2 going now, I am so excited for it. And the first time we had you on, I wanted to cosplay your main girl and just did not have the time or the capabilities, not to mention my hair was about 2.5 to 3 feet longer than it is now. So really just not a possible thing to do successfully. So of course you said that you were doing number 2. I had to make this work, and I have been painting
you made it work.
this onesie.
You made it work.
I've been painting this onesie for like 2 days to try and get something
Oh,
close.
is it dry, by the way? I was going to ask.
Mostly the arms are still a little bit wet.
you
I
just
might
finished?
have I might have orange bands when I change out of this. It's fine. It's worth it for you.
Much appreciated.
Thank you for the
Looks
Doris
great.
Day comment. All right. So, of course, Perfect 10 issue 2 is what we are here to talk about. I'm sorry, I got a notification on the screen that totally freaked me out. And I cannot wait for this. I'm so excited to hear it. Before we get to your pitch, do we want to watch your video?
Yes, you do. You absolutely
yes, we do.
Yes.
Noted.
Okay.
Well, then we're just gonna watch it.
We might.
Okay, well, whatever you want. But...
The Perfection Program. That's what they call it. It gave me life, but it also caused death. I never asked for any of this. Running from superpowered murderers who want revenge. Revenge for something I did? Something I can't remember. But I won't run. I refuse. I don't want to be controlled anymore. This world needs more heroes than villains. That's more important than anything, isn't it? My existence has to mean something. It has to make a difference somehow. For Virgil. For Aaron. I need to be worth this life I've been given. I need to do what's right. Even if it kills me.
I really freaking love it.
Awesome, right?
Can I also just say, good job on the female form.
Yeah.
It's
On the female
she is
form?
beautiful.
Yes.
The very shapely, very nice. So it's just
course.
very nice.
Of course. I picked the
All
right
right.
artist for the project.
Absolutely. Why don't you go ahead and tell us a little bit more about Perfect 10 and what we can expect in issue 2?
Okay. I think many people have read issue 1, but many haven't yet. So I don't want to spoil too much, I think. But
That's fair.
in any case, so 10 is an assassin. She is created to kill criminals with superpowers. So superpowered criminals need to disappear. She's made for that. And something happens, and she is taken out of the program that made her. And she decides she doesn't want to have anything to do with that anymore. She thinks she needs to be a hero, but her past won't leave her alone. So these villains still want revenge for the things that she did, and she doesn't remember what she did. So she decides to take the fight to them. That's basically the gist of the second issue. It has a bit more character development than the first issue. You have you have a few slower moments. You learn a bit more about Virgil and about tense feelings. And the second half of the comic is pure action.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Can I just say, that's a phenomenal angle.
Yeah.
I love it. It's not because it aside from obviously the sex appeal, it's a really dynamic angle. It really makes you feel like she's just like blitzing through this city, and ready to, it makes sense with the way that she's launching off of this bike and everything. She's going in with the intent to kick some fucking ass.
Yes.
Like she's not playing anymore, and this is a very well done page, I think, for that.
Yeah, I told Pau, make it fast, use some perspective, and he just delivers. So it looks great.
It does. It really does. And you have a lot of really cool artists that have done fan art and pinups and things like that for you, because again, and this is something we're seeing more of, I think, in a lot of indie comics, people are creating very iconic characters that are very recognizable, and the more you kind of have that vibe to it, the more people are going to do fan art of it, because it writes itself. It's just perfect. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I've received some incredible fan art. People do this and they send it to me, and it blows me away that people spend their time and talents to do that. It's phenomenal.
I mean, but you've earned that kind of time commitment from other people, because you have put a lot into making this book what you want it to be. You've spent a lot of time making sure that the story goes where you want, that you have the right artist for it, you have the right colorist and everything. So everything feels like a nice polished package, and you're delivering in spades. I cannot wait for Perfect 10 issue 2. I really can't.
Awesome. Yeah. But it's so humbling that people have embraced this character, that they made art from it, and they're looking forward to the second issue. That's great. That's I sometimes can't believe it, but
yeah, I would imagine.
For instance, the piece you're looking at right now, that's fan art.
Yeah, which
this is fan art.
I mean,
yeah,
you have some very talented fans who really like what you do.
Unbelievable, and so I can't. So I get this sent to me, and I'm like, I have to do something in return, So I promised him I will send him more books to compensate a little bit, and I could use this pin-up in the book too. So it will be in there.
That is phenomenal. I really love he totally did the 90s retro vibes with her like purple eyeshadow and everything too.
Yeah. Those little details, yeah.
Okay, and then in this you have Power Trip. Now, what is Power Trip?
Okay, so we have a lot of concepts and characters, and we are just a small studio. I'm just me, and I hire people to do things, and I want to tell more stories. But I cannot give every character their own title, their own series. But what we can do is make shorter stories and bundle them in their own book. So we came up with Power Trip, and that's like on anthology book. So it has 3 shorter stories. So we get introduced to 3 new concepts within the same universe of Perfect 10. And we were working on this, and I thought I don't really feel like making a second campaign for this one. Campaigns are really nerve-wracking, and it takes so much energy and so much time. And I thought, why not throw it in here, so you get 2 new books in this campaign.
Well, and so I'm not saying that this is necessarily what you thought, but if we're going to be honest, you're trying to kind of see out of these 3 which one is going to potentially launch. Like, what are people going to be drawn to, want more from, and doing that as a standalone campaign can be really difficult because it's 3 shorter comics, so you're not getting full stories of all of these characters. Yep. And you're trying to sell people on 3 entirely new IPs. That can be very, very difficult to do on its own, but to tack it onto something like Perfect 10 that already has a lot of really good fans, a lot of really good press behind it, is kind of giving these characters a shot. Because if you did it on their own, I don't think that it would go anywhere near as well as it will probably go as an attachment in this campaign. Because I'm going to be honest, I saw that Power Trip was in here, and I was like, I don't really know what this is, but I like the blonde girl, so I think I'm going to back it. Like, I think I'm going to get Power Trip. And otherwise, if this was just on its own, I'd probably be like, I'm probably going to pass on this one.
Yeah.
Because it's a whole other campaign, and it just hits you differently.
I get that. But there is some connection with Perfect 10. The team you see on the left here, they appear in Perfect 10. They are connected somehow to that story, so you can learn more about these characters when you have this book too. That's
awesome.
Yeah,
that's very cool. So you're kind of making it a combined universe.
Yeah, it's a growing universe. Every title we have now, because we have several titles, we have Ajax, we have Dream Girl, Sleeper Agent, and we have Earthling, and all these titles take place in the Genuine Verse, as we call it.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's awesome. I love the chat. So Dojo Kun says that they backed the tier to get Power Trip. I will be doing the same. I haven't backed it because I wanted to obviously talk to you and see all of the tiers before I went, this is what I can actually afford.
Yeah, there's so much nowadays.
Exactly. And then the blonde chick is very pro-America. I wholeheartedly agree. Wearing an entire leotard of the American flag, I would say, is rather pro-American.
Yeah.
But yeah, this seems really quite interesting. And so if if any of these end up taking off, are you considering launching them as their own separate IPs with like full stories?
Yeah, we are working on one already, the Patriotic Girl, because I'm friends with another creator called Michael Oden, and he has his own campaign right now, the Embrace. And Michael Oden is a huge Captain America fan, and we already talked about how he could perhaps write for us sometimes. And when he saw this character, he told me, I want to write her, and he already offered me a concept, an idea that he was working on, and it was great. So we decided to produce that. So he's working on the script for issue 1 right now. So
That
that's
is awesome.
that's in progress. And I had not planned to make this their own series. I just thought I make it a short comic for in here, and this character will appear in other titles. But now she gets her own title. So
Awesome.
Yeah.
That is super cool. And again, I think having the really iconic looks. Sire, are you okay?
No, I was talking and muted.
Okay. Do you want to say what you were gonna say?
That it's a really awesome name too, American Bliss.
Yes.
Yeah, I was really
almost
struggling.
feels like a pro wrestler. Almost.
Oh, really?
Yeah, no, like in a good way, not in a
Or
bad
like
way.
someone from The Boys. You know how they all have all the
Yeah,
all the little
exactly.
minor heroes. Yeah, here's American
yeah.
Bliss. She'll be your team up for tonight.
Yeah, I was really struggling with the name. I had the concept for the character for about a year and had different designs too, and it just didn't work. And she had different names, and all of a sudden, someone named Tim Harris, he proposed the name American Bliss to me because he was making the logo, and that was it. So I googled it. Does it exist? No. So okay, we're gonna use this.
Awesome.
Well, now I want to know what her alternate names are.
It was really lame, like Liberty and variations on that. You know, it's I rather not say.
Star Boob.
Stripey tit. No, I don't think that.
No.
They're working. All right, so, you are doing a $6,000 stretch goal for chibi stickers. Oh my gosh, that's fucking adorable. Oh,
Yeah.
I love it.
I like the rose.
Right?
Yeah, if you read-
He's like the coolest.
If you read issue 1, you will recognize these characters. But my friend, he's really good at drawing chibis. So he just made these for me, and I thought they would make great stickers.
Yeah,
So once we reach that goal, then everyone gets these stickers.
that's awesome. And I definitely think that they're
Liberty, yeah, that's a good one.
Liberty. Yeah, I think that these are really, really cute, and I like. Oh my gosh!
Right.
Pedro.
A creative crowd.
Yeah. You know, we had an actual question up in there.
I. Nope.
Captain Curls says, "What's the backstory for Auxilium?"
Okay, so Auxilium is a group of superpowered heroes, but they are not meant to go into battle. They are a rescue team. So when the actual heroes and villains fight, they leave a complete mess. Everything gets destroyed. People need rescuing, but the heroes are needed elsewhere, so they go elsewhere, and then Auxilium comes in to clean up the mess, and that was really nice for a shorter story. They do appear in other books, so they have appeared before. This is the first time they get their own story.
That's awesome. I think that that's kind of a cool thing. You got him to be like these little like cleanup crew, and you're like, yeah, they appear in other books. And I love the idea of like in the background while exposition is going on and they're talking, you just see these guys in the back like triaging some of the people that are down and stuff, and like it's never addressed because it's just understood that's what they do. So for everybody in the book it doesn't matter, but you're like, why are they in matching uniform? Like, what the fuck is going on with this shit over here? I want to know as the reader. It's like, oh, it's just part of the world. Don't worry about it.
Well, I think in DC, they had a cleanup crew in Metropolis for all the shit that Superman would end up busting up, and it was like a whole industry in Metropolis based around cleaning up after superhero battles.
I love
Yeah.
it. I just think it's such a cool touch. It just makes it feel so real. And then you're like, yeah, they're getting their own book, and it's like, oh my gosh, are we just gonna go through a whole bunch of other books where people have been like brutally like injured and like stuff has been destroyed, and they're over here like fixing all it, and you're like, I knew I saw them in the back of that book, you son of a bitch.
Yeah. Yeah,
That is
that's the thing. Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah, when characters appear in books, then usually I know who they are, so they have backstories. I know them, but there's no need to tell it for the story, you know. But
Right.
it does make the world feel richer because
Oh, yeah.
I know what's going on, and as a reader, you have the sense that there's an entire world outside the comic. So
That's awesome. I really like that idea. I like the thought of it being such a full world, and then every now and then you're like, all right, so people kept asking about the red dudes in the background, so we're just gonna they get a story now, and you get to kind of go on their adventures with them, and you're like, holy shit, that's crazy. Like, you're superheroes, but you don't like hero like we normally would think. Like, they do what I do for the military. Everybody's like, oh, you're Air Force, you fly planes. And I'm like, I sit at a desk. I make sure the other people know how to do their jobs. Like, that's what I do. I don't go and fight. I'm not flying any planes. I'm the one that if I didn't exist, all the rest of them would fuck up and it would never get done because they wouldn't know where to go, what to do, or how to do it. But
you wrinkle paper airplanes. Paper airplanes forms that, yeah. Oh my god, really? just put the Air Force colors on the side, you'll be fine.
All right, and just like you were talking about, team up with Michael Odin for who's writing The Embrace, that's actually pretty badass to see.
yeah, this is done by Russ from Only Death Can Save Us.
Oh, Russ Leach.
Yeah.
Yes.
Good guy.
Yeah, I love this style and the coloring. It's really cool. And he made this as some sort of crossover between Perfect 10 and The Embrace. And it's meant as an extra print for all backers who back Perfect 10 and the Embrace. So it's like awesome. A crossover promotion thing. We also launched at the same day, so it was like, let's do something with that.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Very cool.
I love this piece, man. Fantastic.
We also had a question from, I believe it was Dojo Kun. Sorry, I'm still scrolling back trying to find it. Basically, he was asking, yeah, right there, when we were talking about stickers. Our freaking chat will remind us if we don't say it fast enough. Any thought of patches for Perfect 10?
Patches? No, like what you attach.
Yeah,
to
what you would sew on a jacket.
Oh no.
Like that.
Oh, like that. All right. No, we haven't thought about that. Maybe it can still be. People like that. We can produce it. What people like, we produce.
I know a few people who really like it a lot.
All right.
All right. They definitely are pretty nice, Sai. Nice.
I'm lasering him.
I see that. Sai has a laser hand and is obsessed with it. Yeah. So I like patches. Sai likes patches. Luke likes patches. There are other people who like patches, despite what our chat likes to think and say. People do like patches, so shut up. Yeah, Paige. They're awesome. Look. See, no. But look, you got this. We fancy patches in this house. See, Luke knows.
Okay.
Patchgate. I can't with you guys. Something to think about. If you honestly want to look into it, I know a guy. I was gonna try to not say it, but I can't. I know a guy. And I can get you his contact information. You can kind of price them out. They're not too bad, and it's something that definitely can fit easily into like a Gemini mailer with everything else. So something to consider. I don't know why, but I kind of want the gigantic 10 to sew on the shoulder of
that would be so fucking awesome.
Right? Like, just do the 10 and put it on the shoulder of our jacket. It would be so cool.
Yeah, I never thought about that. Cool. That's it could be cool, yeah.
And because then it's like, it's super subtle and understated for people who don't know, but for people who know, you're like, is that Perfect 10? You're like, yes, it is. Yeah. Actually. Okay. It's the 10 from Perfect 10. Pancho. Hi, Pancho. We just talked about patches in length. Yeah, I agree with Luke. He says that the book looks great. So let's talk about how people can back, because you have so much beautiful art in here. I want to make sure that people can get what they want to get at the right tier, and they don't, miss out on anything cool.
Okay. Well, for the featured tier, I thought it was a good idea to put issue 1 in there for the people that missed the first campaign. So the featured tier has both issues of Perfect 10 plus new book Power Trip, and along with Power Trip comes a mini print drawn by Clayton Barton, which is also featured on the page.
Awesome.
And you get both issues of Perfect 10 digital too. So
that is awesome. All right, and then we have I'm sorry, I have to look at the price. $44. I can do that. Okay, cool.
It was 45 yesterday, but it fluctuates.
Making a comeback.
Yeah, I love that. Richard Embry says, Forest Publishing, hear me out. A comic named I Know a Guy starting a smuggler named Patches. I think it's Patches O'Houlihan is what you have to call him per show lore at this point. Oh my goodness. Okay, so the digital edition. So you are offering a digital edition, which is phenomenal.
Yeah. I don't think that look, there are so many cool projects right now, and I know that I myself want to support as many people as possible, but I can't do it with all the shipping costs and stuff. So I usually go for the digitals now, and I want to offer that to other people as well. And in the first campaign, it seemed to be a popular choice. So.
Mm-hmm. Well, and I love it. I get why some people don't. Like, I understand why some people don't like digital. But for somebody, like, in my experience, I love having a physical copy of the book as well as a digital, because then when I'm traveling, I can read the digital, no problem. I have an entire library at my fingertips. If I have a book that's just absolutely stunning and I'm like, I love it and it's gorgeous and I never want to take it out of the bag and board, and it's going to go in this very protective case that then I can do that and still get to enjoy the artwork inside and read and all of that.
Yeah. Well, with this campaign, with every physical copy of Perfect 10 comes the digital as well. So
perfect.
So best of both worlds.
Yes, that is exactly what I like. Okay.
Everything. That's exactly what you like. Getting everything. Okay.
I like everything. I do. I'm greedy. All right. So then we have the physical copy, and do you just have one cover, or do you have multiple?
No, one cover. Yeah, I'm not really that big on variant covers. It seems to be a normal in comics, really, but I prefer to have everyone have the same cover, and not milk it with variants. I don't know. Maybe I do think I will put a new cover on the books with every reprint. So when I run out of issue 1, which I probably will, I will do a second printing with a new cover.
Okay. See, and I
think-
personally, I like the idea of having like one cover for everything, but then having prints available of some of this amazing like artwork that you're getting from other creators and stuff. But I want to see what the original creator's vision was for each of the books.
Yeah.
And then whatever variants you getting those as prints that I can put up on my wall or something is cool. But personally, I like seeing what the creator had in mind and what they intended.
Yeah.
You've already got a couple of people that have backed you from this. You got
Oh wow.
Richard Embry says just back, looking forward to it. We got David Feed says T minus 9 days to payday. And that he wants both physical copies this time, which is awesome.
Oh wow.
Thanks, if you
guys.
scroll up and refresh, it's gone up at least $90 from when I opened it.
Oh, let's see.
Really?
Look at that.
Oh wow.
$35.49. I love it.
Woo.
So you got 25 days left, and we still got a bit to go before you hit funded. But there's no reason that you should not.
Thanks, guys.
Funding. All right, so we have the double digital. What were you whispering, sir?
I said back it.
Oh, no.
I'm telling them, not you.
I am planning on it.
I tried to make because basically it are 3 books. You have issue 1, issue 2, and Power Trip, and with all these combinations, you can get a lot of tiers. So I tried to keep that to a minimum. So in this case, you get issue 2 and Power Trip. So it's basically the same as the featured perk, but without issue 1.
Awesome. Poncho says, what about those temporary tattoos you used to get in Action Force UK or G.I. Joe toys as an extra perk with the print?
Oh,
That'd be interesting.
yeah, that would be cool.
Temporary tattoos.
Or
I don't know.
non-temporary. That would be awesome.
I think it just makes me sad because then I would never want to wear it because I know it would eventually rub off and it would make me very,
Yeah.
very upset. And Apex Comics, thank you again for the $5. It says I have a wraparound cover on Tales of Zero and IGG. Any purchase before Monday will get a free mini comic. So go check out Tales of Zero. And again, Poncho, that is a great looking comic. I agree. Luke
Thank you.
says digital is great to have so you can read it on the tablet while he's running on the elliptical machine.
While you're drinking scotch while sitting on the elliptical machine.
Don't be mean. Don't be mean. We don't discourage people who say that they want to work out. I say I want to, and then when it comes to execution, I go back to sleep.
I do not scotch shame. I was proud of him.
All right, so then you can get both issues of Perfect 10. If you happen to miss out on the first issue, shame on you, but you can rectify that for a mere $30 US.
And if you don't care about the Power Trip book, then this is the option for it.
Okay. Give me everything. Now, what is everything?
Everything means every book we produced in the last 5 years. So that's
wow.
9 books.
That is awesome.
That's a
Yeah.
lot of books.
That is a lot of books. That's a lot of books for not a lot of money. That's crazy.
Yeah, that's crazy. It's crazy, but yeah, the first 2. Let me see. The first book I did a campaign for like 5 years ago on Kickstarter. So that was the book that started it, and we did another book on Kickstarter, and Perfect 10 was the first title we brought to Indiegogo. But all the previous books you can get now also.
Soul Ion says that Dave Brink, I'll bump the campaign too. Got a raise and a bonus at work for last year's performance, and I decided to treat myself to the sketch perk.
Wow.
And do it on here as part of the Valkyrie flight. Thank you, Ion. We
Wow.
appreciate being a part of Valkyrie.
And it's good seeing you again.
Yes.
And
I feel like
congrats on your raise.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
There's so much good in that post. Like, I don't even... Thank you for sharing
Let's
with
just
us.
leave
all
it.
Of the... Right. Look at it. You just want
The
to laugh
raise.
because it
Oh
covers
man,
your
I'm
face.
so jealous now.
I know, right? I don't get it. I'm salaried, and my wages are public knowledge. So I actually had them screw up my pay by $500. It's great.
Oh wow. Good.
Okay, so you can get it. Give me everything for like we're looking at like $10 a comic, and then everything else just being free. Like the
Yeah,
mini
you get
print,
the
any
Clayton
stretch
Barton.
goals.
Yeah, the Clayton Barton print and every stretch goal we unlock, you get also.
That is
So.
crazy. That is a really good deal.
There is though that's in the last. It was with Perfect 10 that I kind of rebranded the Jamie Comics label, so it has a totally new a trade dress, a new style. So the older comics will look a bit different on the outside, but once they're all sold, I'm going to reprint them with the new layout and new trading dress. So.
Awesome. That's exciting. So if you want to get in on the OG first issue, you need to get it now, because once he's out and he reprints, that's not being printed again. It's going to be something else. So make sure that if you're a collector and you want the first print run, you're going to want to make sure that you get in on that now. All right, then you have your personal sketch by Pow.
Yeah.
Which is just fucking epic.
And whatever you want, it can be a character from Perfect 10 or from the mainstream or your own creation, whatever you want. And he will draw it for you, and it will be sent in the same package as the comic books, because there is also a later perk with original pages, and those are bigger. Yeah, these are much bigger, so these will be 2 separate shipments.
Okay.
Wow.
Yeah, 11 by 17.
Yep.
It's awesome.
Oh, look at that, the original spread page.
Yes.
That's pretty badass.
Yeah, the spread page is phenomenal. When Pau sent me the spread page, when he inked it, it was completely done, completely inked. Some pages he did digitally, and some pages traditionally, especially the spread page, because he wanted to be able to sell it. But he sent it to me, and it had a mistake on it. One character was the wrong character, and it was completely drawn. So it looked great, but it was a problem. So, but we solved it. Luckily, we managed to solve it with digital technology. So we drew over it. At least he drew over it.
Yeah.
And, yeah. I don't want to take any credit for that. And but we luckily solved it. So it means that the spread page in the book will look different from the spread page that you get if you buy the original.
Awesome. That's it's not terrible. That just makes it more exclusive.
Yeah.
Yeah, look at you go. $36.63 US, which you're sitting at now. So
Awesome. Yeah, fantastic.
€4,153. Or no, 3,074 euro. There we go.
9 million.
The conversion kills me every time.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It was really difficult for me to. I tried to put the tiers in rates that were like rounded in dollars.
Uh-huh.
very difficult. So I had to okay. So if I do so many euros, then it's exactly so many dollars, and then that changes every day. So
Yeah.
Yeah, the conversion rate ends up killing a lot of non-American comic book creators when the vast majority of the people that are backing are in America, because they're like, "Yay, we did really good, we hit the stretch goal." And they're like, "The conversion rate changed, and we technically haven't hit the stretch goal anymore, but we're still gonna honor it. But if you guys could back more, that'd be great, because now I can't afford it." And it's like, gosh, what do you even do in that situation? That's rough.
yeah.
Speaking of, so you have obviously the adorable TV stickers as a stretch goal. Do you have other stretch goals in mind that you're just holding off on, or?
Yeah, there are. We have things planned or options, but
Maybe a print.
No, print.
yeah,
Yes, that would be gorgeous.
maybe a print. But I rather not put any stretch goals on the page yet if I'm not sure that they're achievable.
That's fair.
So once we reach the 6,000, I will put up the next stretch goal.
Okay, cool.
Man, people are talking shit about my people.
How about cyborgs? Bots? Ah. No,
Yeah,
they're
that
talking.
one.
They're talking about robots. You're not a robot. You're a cyborg.
And F Skynet, I mean, that's a self-aware AI. Come on.
Well, I mean,
It's so mean.
I'm sorry. Are you trying to defend Google mods that are
No,
stifling
Google
conversation
sucks.
Okay, then.
We've destroyed them by the 31st century. They ate a bag of dicks.
So when did you launch?
Sorry?
Like, when did you launch? Was it just a couple
Last
days
Monday.
ago?
Yeah.
Okay.
But it
So
was,
you're doing
it was
really
at
good.
night
You're
for me.
5
It was-
days in.
Yeah.
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 You're 3/4 funded and 5 days in. I think you're gonna make it.
You're definitely gonna make it. So are you looking at extending for another 30 maybe, or are you just gonna kind of see what happens in the next 25?
Yeah. The plan. I prefer to not extend it, to have it be 30 days. But if it doesn't go as well, then I might extend it. We'll have to see. But
Okay.
if I think, well, we've reached the goal, and then I just end it there, so I can ship everything out.
Are you
All
gonna
right,
leave
all
it
right.
in demand after that?
That's
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
good.
I really would.
Please do.
Yeah.
Please do. Sorry, I was getting to that question. So David Feed says there's no drawn in tier, and he had a pouty face. Is there?
Yeah,
ever
yeah. We
an
thought about
option
that.
for it?
We seriously thought about that. And one thing I didn't want was a drawn-in tier where you can have yourself in the book, because it's a really stylistic style. It's so if you put characters in there that resemble actual people, it's distracting. I don't really like that. So then we were thinking about your own character, so maybe your own villain, and have that villain killed in issue 3. And we almost did that, but then I thought, I was worried that it might restrict me when I write the
Right, for this story. Yeah.
they have to put these characters in, and maybe it works, maybe it doesn't, and I don't want that to happen.
So as much as I know that some people might be a little bit disappointed because they would really love to be drawn in, the amount of respect that I have for you for saying that you don't want to compromise your vision for the story by having to try and shoehorn in characters that don't necessarily fit in this universe. I think that's really awesome, and from a writer's perspective, that actually makes me really excited, because whatever you're putting out is what you're intending for us to get as far as the story.
Yeah.
And that makes me really happy.
Bitch.
Get over Get Over It says, how many issues do you plan with Perfect 10?
At least 3. Um, the next issue, I have a few things that needs to be told, but I know from experience that sometimes smaller stories grow into bigger stories. So perhaps it will expand into 2 extra issues. So then we have 4 issues. And after that, Perfect 10 basically ends as the title Perfect 10, but it continues in a new title. So the story goes on, but in a different form.
Very cool.
Yeah.
That so basically it's gonna finish the initial story arc.
Yeah, it's one story. It's one story arc, so it has a definitive ending. Mm-hmm. But after that, you can continue reading more adventures, but in a new title.
So I think what Dojo is actually talking about here would probably be a sketch tier with your character plus another one that I
that would actually be kind of cool though, doing it as a pinup instead of something that's in the book where somebody can back and get your artist rendition of Perfect 10 with their OC as like a little piece of art that they can put on the wall.
Like some crossover thing. Yeah.
Yeah, kind of. But instead of having it be something that is canon in your book, it's like a one-off piece that they get to put on their wall and.
Right.
Like, look, your OC took a selfie with 10.
Oh yeah, right.
Oh my gosh! Could you imagine?
Selfie tier.
The version of you and me with like holding out a camera and just be like, ah! Like 10 in the middle just going, nope. Like, don't know what's happening.
I don't know. Would I want a picture with 10 or would I want a picture with Star Titty there?
Let's get the name right.
No, Libertitty.
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 Yes. There we go.
Yeah, there's a lot of interesting ideas. Starlight Starbright for Star I See Tonight. Yes, she's got quite the prominent stars.
I wish I might have the tits I see tonight.
Oh gosh, the thing that makes me sad is that you're proud of that.
Oh yeah.
And Soul Iron is pointing out there is a commission tier, which is true. I think that this is Dojo Kun's talking more of a crossover commission tier, and since the tier that is there is for one character over 2, but
so just buy 2 of them.
Yeah, and then be like, just do it on a bigger piece of paper and put them together.
Yeah, just draw it, tape together, separate them, send them to me. Yeah.
If people want exclusive things, they can always email me and we can talk about things. No problem. I don't want too many tiers on the. It makes it cluttered and
yeah.
I don't know, but if people want something specific, we can always talk.
There you go.
There you go. Apex is saying poster perk.
Yes.
That could. I'm not gonna lie. If you did a poster perk of like a big movie size kind of poster or whatever.
Yeah.
I would put that in my dining room.
Yeah. I did that once with my first campaign. I had a poster perk, and these were huge posters, so I had to put them in tubes and send them out, and I even got some back completely folded. So it was a nightmare, really.
Oh my gosh.
It was really weird. So it's not something I will do soon. I'm not
do
sure.
fold-out posters. Fold-out posters or just mini prints?
Yeah, mini prints. Yeah, fold-out posters. Yeah. Then you get posters with the creases in
with
it.
The crease.
Maybe I don't know if people like that. I personally don't, but
Shae, drop your knowledge. I've heard you give the advice 20 times.
So if you do ever decide to do a fold-out poster, you need to invest in a poster folding machine. It's a small thing that does a soft fold on the paper, because what a lot of people are doing is they're getting their poster prints, they're folding it over, and then they're doing that fingernail across the back of it.
Yeah.
All that you do is split all of the ink when you do that. So when somebody opens it back up, there is now a white line where there used to be ink, and you've shredded part of the paper. So if you get investing in an actual fold machine, it does a softer fold, and while yes, it's there, when you put it behind glass in a frame, it's almost indiscernible in almost every case. So there's an option if you do a folding poster tier, but it does require you to do it properly. Otherwise,
you happen to know someone who sells these machines too.
Yeah, I'm sure that you can find them on Amazon. The whole thing. And this, Poncho, do you think the t-shirts can be a good idea for comic creators and campaigns? It is very hit and miss. I'm not going to lie.
Very hit and miss, and it's especially hard for overseas creators.
Yes, it really is. So if somebody was looking at doing some kind of merchandising like that, reach out to somebody in a location that does merchandising already. Like Red Valkyrie has a merch store. We go through and do all of our own kind of stuff. If you are interested in something like that, reach out to somebody who already has a store and can give you a couple of options on what they could offer, what designs could be done, and a couple of price points, and then you have to make the decision of if it's going to be worth it or not. And we typically recommend, if you're overseas, ship directly from the people that are making the t-shirts, as
to your
opposed
customer.
to paying to ship to you, for you to package, for you to reship. Because now you're paying postage twice, and especially
you're paying
if we were
international
to do that,
postage twice.
Right, and if we were to do that for, say, Dave, and we send him a bunch of t-shirts that have gorgeous Perfect 10 on them, and then he has to package them up and send them back, that postage is going to be insane. And it's not going to be worth it.
So find a friend.
Yes.
We've done it for campaigns since we have a merch store, and since our supplier, you just can't beat the quality.
Our supplier has some of the best quality out there. They do really great sublimation printing, so it's directly into the fabric. And the colors are gorgeous. So if anyone's interested in that, let us know. If it's something that you want to partner with us on, we can discuss that. But especially for first-time creators, t-shirts are difficult. They're really difficult, and they're so hit or miss. There's so many people that can do that kind of printing, and I've gone through Zazzle, Teespring, TeePublic, Printful. Printful is the one that I found that's actually good. The rest of them they're
expensive, but they're really good.
They are expensive, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah. If you want to pay half price for a t-shirt, you'll get a muddy looking t-shirt, but I mean, your art will theoretically be there.
Well, and it's not going to be consistent. So one person might get one that's muddy, one might get one that looks like it was run over by a truck.
Yeah.
It's just they're not great. Printful is phenomenal. I agree with Dojo Kun. Their print quality is amazing. They're not the cheapest out there. So you're not getting a $20 t-shirt that is custom. Like, it's just not going to happen.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, Salion. I appreciate that. But yeah, so I really I love your characters, and I personally, I actually want to talk to you about merch, even if you decide not to do merch. I still just want to, there's a couple of things that I'm like, but maybe a one-off that Shae will pay you for. Exactly.
Maybe I want a Perfect 10 shirt that we could totally make ourselves, and
I'm just saying, we'll talk and see. But I also I have to ask, because you have one baddie here who is the most distracting thing I've ever seen in my life. The hell is this? this right here with the tubes from the neck to the giant gut and the very Antifa haircut.
Scroll up to the top. There's another picture.
I don't want another picture. This is enough. It's rough. It's
right
rough.
There. Yeah.
There she is too.
That is rough.
Yeah.
The
But she's
hell
pretty
is
cool.
that? Is she?
Yeah. Well, but she's a villain. Well, the fun things about and the fun thing about villains is that you can go crazy. You can think weird shit. So this character is called Morbid, and
Morbidly obese.
yeah, Morbid, and she has the ability to. She has these weapons on her arms that suck up her own fat and heat it up, and she can shoot molten fat.
Oh my god! Oh, if ever there was, that's like the perfect excuse. Is like, I'm only fat because I can weaponize.
It's my ammo.
Lard. Okay, I have to maintain this level of fatness in order for me to be able to fight effectively. Okay, rude. It's like, it's great. I love it. That is awesome. Silver says, it isn't happening until next week, but I'm getting the Pitbull tier. Give me everything. Hell yeah. The face says everything. I agree, Mike Jimmy. That's just the power of fat. PHAT. It's so gross. It's genius. It's very true. Fat burning. So wait, if she gets defeated, does she become like ridiculously skinny, and that's why she's defeated? Because she's out of ammo.
Yeah, maybe.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
No, that's her in the front. On the right, the one with the tiny micro tits.
Oh, that?
I'm joking.
Terrible.
Molten gravy.
Molten gravy. Oh my goodness. That I love it. I love that you're having fun with the villains and everything. You get to kind of do crazy stuff with them.
Yeah.
I feel like I had another question for you, and now I can't remember it because molten fat just took over my brain.
Yeah.
Like,
the highlight.
There's nothing else. What about you, Sai? You got any questions?
No. I've been challenged to do something with my eyebrows, which won't actually work. Let me see here. Turn my head to the side.
Can you move them independently?
Hold on. You'll see it better with my head up. I can. I don't know about it.
Oh, that's funny.
It doesn't want to do things individually. It will try to do them together because it thinks it's not reading properly. So there's like it's hard to describe. There's a weight assigned to each facial feature, and you have to overcome that weight by moving more than what that. You have to reach a threshold, and I can't move my eyebrows that much. I mean, no one really could. I can get it kind of with one. Hold on.
Oh yeah,
I'll recalibrate.
This is painful to watch.
There's one.
Oh yeah.
Cannot get the other.
I like how one eye gets super squinty when you try. Yeah, and Solian says, that's good, giving your AI. Thanks for trying, dear.
Give the audience what they want. Like posters and mini prints and t-shirts.
Patches and
flip the
folding
audience
posters.
off yet. Still cannot flip off the audience.
I'll download an update and be able to flip you off.
Oh my gosh. Ridiculous. Dave, do you have anything else that you want to kind of let people know about this campaign?
I don't know if you mentioned that all stretch goals, everyone will get those. So everything we will unlock during the campaign will be added to your purchase. And I want to thank everyone who backed and who shared. There's so much support. I really appreciate it. And you guys, I wanted to thank you guys for having me on and for doing a great job, for your beautiful costume. So thanks a lot, guys.
It's 1,000% our pleasure. I was so excited when you said that you were doing issue 2 that I already told Sai, I was like, we're not discussing this. We're having Dave on. and then Sai was like, well, hold on. We discussed all the things. And I was like, look at the campaigns. Like, we're having Dave on. I went, see, I told you. Like, it's an easy sell.
So just to give everyone a look at what happens before the stream, you ready, Shae?
What? we might have posed for some pictures.
A little bit.
And yeah, so there you go. We'll send you that one too, Dave, if you want.
Oh, awesome.
If you want to use it.
For sure.
Thank you guys so much for hanging out in the chat. You, as always, are phenomenal. I know a lot of you guys are having to wait to back, and I get it. I agree. I'm in that same kind of boat, but do not let this one pass you by. This is an amazing campaign, and you definitely are going to kick yourself in the butt if you miss out on it, for sure. Thank you so much, Alex, for being the co-host. Yeah, my cosplay's been getting one-upped ever since CY started doing this Abby bullshit. I'm just saying, my hair is down to here, and I made it look like a faux hawk thing, so...
Yeah.
CY just has to download an update that someone else worked on and then make it to look different. I at least have to do it myself.
Whatever.
Dave, thank you so much for hanging out with us. We absolutely love your campaign, and I can't wait to see more coming from your genuine verse, because you've got such great characters, you have such amazing storytelling, and this is a crazy amazing campaign. So super excited for it.
Thank you very much.
All right. We are gonna head, but thank you guys for hanging out with us. Don't forget to share this out, like, share, and subscribe to Red Valkyrie, and we will see you all next time.
Bye bye. Thanks, guys.